Yep, that's me. That's me, all right. Here we are. Hopefully I'm at the right time. It has happened occasionally. There we are, secret page. Ooh, a secret page. We've got the declutter parties for October listed. They will go live momentarily. Well, after this. Yep, Wednesday, October 1st. Bunny for those who celebrate. Wednesday, October 1st, 9 a.m. TikTok Live. Boom. Check. Got something checked off my list with great relish and mustard and a little bit of ketchup. Yay. So good morning. Good morning all. And it is truly morning, I think, where most people are tuning in from. Though we do have somebody who's part of the email group and the what do you call it? The Pen Pal Club, who is from Australia. That's kind of cool. I think that's kind of cool. So good morning, Blonde Cheryl. Nice to see you. Queen Bee and Vanessa and Cece Summers and Lauren Beth. Spreading sunshine. Yay. Oh, here, pardon me as I pick something up that's on the floor. Put it in the old trash can. There we go. Good stuff. So, how are you this morning? I'm doing okay. It's a little bit brisk outside, but I shouldn't be surprised because it's October I would say in the Northeast. That's where my brain and heart usually are. I'm more in kind of like the mid-Atlantic, as it were. But it is autumn. It is fall here. And I live in a place with 4 seasons, and it's been unseasonably warm, though I think it is going to continue to be unseasonably warm in the daytimes. And I don't mind it. I know it's global warming, and that bums me out, but me crying during the global warming isn't going to change it. Me getting into gear and saying, let's do something about global warming, that's more like it, people. Okay? So, here we are. We've got the whole morning, well, we've got an hour at least, 58 minutes got going on. Just on the off chance we haven't met before, hey, my name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach, and my coaching is called Destination Decluttered. I do one-on-one coaching with people. I do TikTok lives and YouTube lives, a wicked lot. And I am basically here to help you kind of get out of, I like to use the road trip metaphor. That's why you may see behind me this kind of representation of being here and being in the car and little dots. And this is where you want to go to. Destination Decluttered, Destination Happiness. And really what I'm here to do is kind of like, in a way, I'm a bunch of things. I'm a geisha. I'm a little girl. I am a tour guide on a road trip. I can also help you diagnose what is keeping your car in not starting at all, and I mean car metaphorically, of course. But when you're stuck, when your engine isn't even warmed up, when you're stuck, you're not even turning on the ignition. Or maybe the ignition is turned on, but you're revving, like you're stepping on the gas, but you're not in gear, so you're just wasting your gas and energy, basically. So I'm here to help you with that, with clutter and with life. Getting out of overwhelm and shock and fear and paralyzation, if that's the right word. Paralyzation. Maybe I just made it up. Help you to stop being paralyzed, to realize you can do something to get yourself out of overwhelm, and not just out of overwhelm and then you're just hanging out there being like, yeah, now what? But out of overwhelm and into a better frame of mind, a more helpful frame of mind. And when you're feeling better and you're thinking better, you're probably going to do better. You're probably going to take action. I want to live. I got to look that up, okay? This is me being a bit of a Gen X ADHDer, as you guys all figure out if you want to hang out with me or not this morning. I love the night. Alicia Bridges, I was right. Okay, I was right. I said that last week. I love the nightlife. I got to boogie on the disco round. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's kind of funny. So this is how I coach. I'm not kidding. This is how I coach. This is how I show up. deal with it if you want to. But yeah, seriously, if you are overwhelmed by the stuff inside your house, let's change that if you want. So give me an idea. Where are you stuck? Let's have an interview. I don't want you I'm just not here to like entertain and be all vaudeville and stuff like that, or Broadway, as they would say in Valley of the Dolls. But I'm here to interact with you. This is live, people. Ooh, Leslie. Okay, Leslie, this is great. So Leslie is, she's got what we call her hydration word. So Leslie's been hanging out with me a bunch on TikTok lives, on declutter parties, stuff that we do for fun. And she knows that I like to play this game sometimes just because I know I repeat the same words quite often. And picking a word, any word that you think I'm going to repeat more than once. And then it's kind of like watching a TV show or something on TV where you realize, almost like bingo, they're going to use certain phrases or words. And every time they do it, you would cross it off your bingo. Well, we like to do shots here, people. All right? We like to do shots. And the kind of shots we like to do are water. And so we get hydrated. So Leslie is saying offer. Offer is my hydration word. So pick a word, pick a card, any card, pick a word. Pick a hydration word. I usually use these words, so you might want to choose from this basket. Like if I'm offering something to you, notice offer, her word. Everybody take a sip. I offer you these words. I offer you overwhelm, I'd probably say a lot, but down is a big one. Wicked is good because I'm from New England and I say wicked, a wicked lot, as it were. Bell. Fear will probably come up because fear is the thing that's got you overwhelmed. Down is going to be a big one. If you want to hydrate quickly this morning, you just pick down as your hydration word, and man, you will be probably running for the bathroom before 10 o'clock. Okay. I use the word love, curiosity. I don't know. I don't listen. I mean, I listen to myself, but I don't care that I repeat the same words because repetition is a way of learning. And there are certain words that come up that make sense. That's the best one to use. So how do we do this? For example, let's say you picked the word down as your hydration word. Okay. One of the main things that I always start with my coaching and my TikTok lives and my YouTube lives, we have a YouTube live coming up tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, is talking about a certain order of doing things in that just kind of makes sense, kind of like the trickle down, like, well, no, not trickle down theory. I digress. Like water trickling down to the roots of like a plant, okay? We start at the top and we start with your physical body and we do a scan, from the crown on down. All right, so everybody just do this. Take your sip if you pick down as your hydration word. And then do a scan. Even put your hands above and then just bring them down slowly like you're in one of those like scanning things, kind of like at the airport. And notice if anything, everything is green if it's good and red goes wah, wah, wah if something is off. See how you're feeling physically in your physical body. Now, if something honks out bright yellow, or bright red, notice what that is and do something. Use something to help you feel better physically, okay? Now I will offer to you, look at me, I didn't even realize I was going to say it. Part of your physical body is your nervous system, your nerves, the energy, the really interestingly, I don't know what it is, electricity that runs through our bodies that stops us from just being roadkill. Frankly, the next step right after you're feeling okay, because usually the stuff you can do for your body, you know how to do that. You know how to eat something, drink some water, take a medicine, go to the bathroom, stretch your body, all that we know how to do. The one thing we've never really been taught to do, at least if you were from my generation and definitely the generations behind me, the silent generation, the boomers, all of them, how to make your nervous system feel better. Now, your nervous system is your nerves, what's activated. And if you are feeling nervous, if you are feeling overwhelmed, that's your nerves in your body feeling a feeling. And then when you're not when you're feeling that way, you're probably not feeling so good. And when you're not feeling good, you're probably not doing so good. Okay? So I say to you, and here's where the down comes in again. Get ready to take some sips, people. Do not choke. I'll try to do it slowly so you can sip in between. I have found one of the most powerful things to do to calm your nervous system is to use the word down. And you don't have to do this in any specific order because any order will do. But usually one of the good things would be to sit down. If you're running around, then sit down. When you sit down, maybe you put your feet down on the ground. If your shoulders are all up, maybe you put your shoulders up and then you consciously put your shoulders down. The big one to me, though, is going to be breathing down. Breathing down into the bottom, into the very tips of your lungs. Breathing down deeply and slowly, and then slowly slowing down how you exhale. Now, I wasn't overwhelmed or in fight or flight or fear before, but man, even if you're not, it feels better to do this. So why not play along at home? Bless you. Breathing down, slowing down, quieting down your environment. Now, you may have seen yesterday on the TikTok live, I was here and it was warm out, the windows were up, and all of a sudden, everybody, it was like Pleasant Valley Tuesday, okay? Everybody seemed out with their lawnmowers, and one of the ways I like to calm down my nervous system is to quiet down my environment. If it gets too loud and it's stuff, it distracts me and it makes me feel agitated. So I shut down the windows and quieted down my environment. Hey, LBD. Hey, Kim Jenner. Catching you on my planning period at school. I love that because I love a plan. So even if you don't think you're overwhelmed, experiment with this. This is now what I like to call a tool in your toolkit. So when you are feeling overwhelmed, and notice the words overwhelm, the answer is the opposite. It's going to be the word down. Calm down, quiet down, all that. Now, the down people, I bet you've had enough water to drink. But it's really important that before you even start a project, like Kim Jenner is on her planning period at school. I bet she's going to sit down. She's going to quiet down. She's going to settle down. If you're in a school, all right, everybody, settle down. Quiet down. Sit down. Do that with yourself. And then you know what Kim's going to do, which is the next down, which is going to be writing down. Kim's not going to keep her plan in her head. No. That's where it starts. Yes. But writing down the plan and not making it perfect, just getting the thoughts from up here in your head down onto paper. Okay? There we go. Kim Jenner, notice she shut the door. Shut the front door. The door is closed so I can focus. Debbie Gen X, catching you on my day off, heading from Minnesota to Iowa for a family funeral. My heart goes out to you, my dear. Funerals are never fun, but funerals, death, reminds us of the life we have and what we can do with it. Okay, so hugs, hun. Focus is a good word too. When you are thinking of decluttering, many people, a wicked lot of you, tend to come to me saying, I'm overwhelmed, there's so much, I'm looking everywhere, every single place in my house is a mess, my basement, and then this room, and then that room, and I've always been this way. Can you just feel that energy? It's all up here. Calming down and also focusing down. Looking at everything can make you feel one way. All right? So you now know some things you can do. I can't force you. You got to do it yourself if you want to. Focusing down. Okay? Focusing down on what's right in front of you. focusing on what's important to you. Now, Debbie says she's going to a funeral. This one's for an 18-year-old. My heart goes out to my cousin's family. My heart's going out to your cousin's family. So Debbie may be, and I don't want to put words in her mouth, but if I were going to a funeral, I'll bring it back to me. Okay, Patricia says, please pray for our country, the Philippines. We experienced a magnitude 6.9 earthquake last night. My heart goes out to you too. All right? So yeah, our hearts, we feel things. If you're hanging out with me, you're probably a feeling person. If you're not, I don't coach robots and zombies and heartless people. So you may not fit in here. Focusing on what is important to you. Focusing down, looking down, quieting down, writing down what's important to you on a daily basis. But I want to make sure that what's important to you on a daily basis also gets you towards your destination that you want to get to. Now, we talk about this in the clutter world, the decluttering, because oftentimes in the US here, many people have far too much stuff in their house. And it's not my judgment. It's you saying to me, I have too much stuff. So I say, okay, noted. What do you want to do about it? Do you want to keep it? That's your choice. Do you want to let go of some of it? That's your choice as well. If you want to keep it, you don't have to do anything. You don't need me. You do not need me to keep you doing what you're already doing, because you're doing a great job of it yourself, kid. All right? You're already doing what you're doing. You do not need my help. What you may need me to hang out with for a while is me to show you a way to do something different than you've been doing. Okay? So just notice how this is all interrelated. You know? If you had an earthquake come to wherever you live, would you be able to get out of your house safely and quickly with the most important things? What are the most important things to you if there was an earthquake? Write those down, put them in an area where you can easily grab them, and you will feel your nervous system relax and feel safe to say, if there is an earthquake, fire, flood, whatever, I know where my important documents are. I do know where my money is. I know where my important things are, and I can easily grab them and easily get them out of the house. That's part of decluttering, is knowing where your stuff is. You know? Okay? Miss Lucia says silent, watching while working. That's okay. This is like a podcast with a photo, a moving photo. Feeling overwhelmed on how to start decluttering. You bring calm. I bring calm. Here, you have some. You make yourself calmer. And when you feel calmer, I can help you with the decluttering. And this is actually part of it, is getting yourself out of overwhelm and into a better frame of mind, a better state of feeling, a little bit more calm, a little bit more I got this versus I can't do this, I don't know where to start type of thing. So I'm here for you. I show up to teach you these lessons. And the neat thing is, I will say about TikTok, regardless of what's going on, and I am well aware of what's going on, I will continue to show up because I know there's people out here who need this help. Okay? So I offer to you calming down, sitting down and quieting down and calming down your nervous system, making your physical body feel better, are the two very important first steps in starting to declutter. Because you get yourself out of that deer in the headlights mindset, which is not helpful, keeps you in the headlights, and then you get hit by a car if you're a deer. You get out of that and you can run to the side and be safe. You can feel better. You can get yourself into action. Action, I want to live. But it's really hard to get into helpful action, good trouble, aligned action. Aligned action, action aligned with your destination. If you're all zhuzhed up and so we calm that down, and then we say, okay. Before you even start to declutter, I think it would be helpful. Like Kim Jenner was saying during her planning class at me, why am I making this plan? Why do I want to declutter? And I offer this. This is why destination declutter, this heart behind me, destination declutter, what's in it for you? What do you want your house to look like? What's your goal? What's your pin in the map from your road trip? Sorry, got distracted. If you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, stop, sit down, calm down, and ask yourself, why am I going to do this? And then notice what the answer is. And I highly recommend when you get that kind of answer from beyond, the answer from within, that's magic. Write that shit down, people. All right? Notice that. Write that down and notice what the words that come up are. Write them down. The good ones, the bad ones. You take the good, you take the facts of life. The facts of life, right? Write down those words. Why do I want to declutter? Listen to your answer and write it down and see if it holds water. Does it make sense to you? Is there something in it for you? This is where I am. Okay? Whoa, ho, ho, it's magic. Exactly. You know, never believe it's not so. I could sing the whole song. I won't. Do not worry. Okay? Good morning, Jeanette. This is not a greedy question. This is not a selfish question. This is a question that I want to help you get more comfortable asking yourself and listening for the answer. And not just up here, but in here. Yeah. The question, what's in it for me? What's in it for me when I declutter my house? To me, I just will speak for my personal, like if there's nothing in it for me, why am I going to do it? Now, if there's something for somebody else, if I am helping somebody else, there's still something for me, which is a good feeling of helping somebody else. So I ask you, before you even start, remind yourself. Don't just do what you've been doing before, which is say, yep, gotta do it. Find the good in anything you do. Okay, Debbie Gen X is saying, my why is to bring peace to my house. And how about this? Your house is neutral. Debbie Gen X, my why is to bring peace to me when I'm in my house. Really, the house, I mean, I love you, house. You know how much I love you. God knows we've spent enough money on you and we've decorated you. You know it. You know I'm not talking about that. You get what I'm saying, right, house? Okay? I want to feel peace. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Anybody? So, yeah. But how you can feel peace in you is to, one of the ways you can do that is to create peace in your external world, and even the external world that just only goes as far as these four walls right here. Okay? So if you want peace in your heart, do something to get it there. Now, Lady V says, how do I trust someone else to help organize my house? Hang out with trustworthy people. Hang out with trustworthy people. But I will share with you, actually, I will offer to you, Leslie, take a shot. How do I trust someone else to organize my house? You start by trusting yourself. Beth, Destination Decluttering Life Coach here. Okay? And so I say start trusting yourself, because really, everybody, organizing. Now notice Lady V said organizing. Organizing is a stop along the way of having a home that brings you peace. But it is the step, it is the stop on the journey that comes after the stop called decluttering. Okay? Anybody else can help you organize stuff. But what they will be helping you organize are the items that you have decided to keep. The items that you have decided, yes, I want this in my house, and no, I don't want those things, so I got rid of them. I donated them, I threw them away, I sold them, I gifted them, I returned them, all of that stuff. Leslie is playing we're doing shots anytime I say a word, all right? And I said the word offer. So I tend to repeat many words. So I offer to you. You creating peace in your home is you deciding. Organizing, anybody can. I personally would not trust anybody but myself to make decisions on what goes in my house and what leaves my house. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, Leslie. I didn't mean to make you feel really seen. That would have been wild. Here's a phrase I want to offer to you. Offer is somebody else's word, I think, or maybe that's Leslie's word. Decluttering is decision making. Decluttering is deciding, kind of like the Clash, should it stay or should it go? And you know who's the best at making those decisions for your items? The most important person in the whole wide world is you, and you hardly even know you. I'm on like a Gen X TV watching Roll this morning. Regardless, you are the only one to make the decisions about your stuff, about your life, about your health. You know? So, and if it's other people's stuff, they should be making decisions about what they keep and what they let go. Okay? So that's how it is. So organizing comes afterwards. The act of organizing, categorizing, I like to call it. Okay? Categorizing makes you organize it at a very high level. Here's a bunch of clothes that I wear. Here's a bunch of clothes that I don't wear. And then decision making happens. So there's an element of that organizing. I have helped my 80-plus-year-old mother declutter her home by doing the act of organizing the stuff into piles of like items to help walk her through the process of deciding, because she sees the quantity and quality of what she has. So seeing what you have, taking inventory, just seeing what you got is an important step. But then it's deciding, okay, I have all these clothes that I don't wear. Why am I not wearing them? Do I want to try to change my body to get into them? Or do I want to let them go? And maybe it's a little bit for each one. Decluttering is decision making. And that really can't be outsourced. Once you do that and you have all this stuff, my goodness, I would be like, yeah, come have somebody who comes in with fresh eyes and decorates, but they're still going to decorate or organize the way that's beneficial to them. So I give you tips on how to organize stuff that's beneficial to you. So anyhow, I hope that helps. Okay. Now I love this. Somebody up thread. This is really kind of cute. So Laura Gibbon Voorhees, good morning to you too. I was out delivering fresh baked muffins. Oh, do you know the Muffin Man? I believe he lives on Drury Lane. I don't know. I think that's great. And up thread, somebody was just asking, why do I need 2 muffin tins? Maybe you need 2 muffin tins because you make a lot of muffins and you deliver them to somebody. But maybe you don't make muffins anymore. I can't remember. I have 2 muffin tins. I cannot tell you the last time I made a muffin. But it doesn't really get in the way, and I might make some muffins someday or some savory apps in a muffin tin. So I keep it. But I don't keep 2. I only keep 1. So yay for doing a nice thing. Thank you for being a helper and delivering fresh baked muffins. Alrighty. Also, Hubs helped hang the framed art last night. Yay. And now I'm going to sit and enjoy my calm room. Everybody, let's all hang out there in Laura Gibbon Voorhees' our vision of her calm room, because she has been working on making decisions about what stays and what goes, and her piano room is really turning into a place she loves. Alrighty. Sabrina says, I'm going through my sister's room. I lost her almost 2 years ago. Oh, you've helped me to begin. Well, thank you, hon. Yeah. Going through the items that are left behind when somebody passes totally brings up feelings. Now, if you're a feeling person and an extra feeling person, it may bring up extra feelings that you just don't want to feel right now. You're just starting to heal from the loss of your sister. Going into her stuff may rip off the scab. So I love that you gave yourself time to feel better. And now you're feeling like it's okay to begin. Oh, hon. I'm honored to be part of your journey through that, okay? Know that my heart is with you when you're doing that, because I know that would be a tough thing. Now this is fun. Talk about, let's go from the deep end back to the shallow end, because we're in the pool together, and life is deep and shallow within moments. Debbie Gen X says, when I had to get everything out of Mom's kitchen, I found 6 egg slicers, 5 Fry Daddy deep fryers. So notice the people who raised us maybe bought a lot of stuff. Their solution to I can't find the egg slicer is to buy another egg slicer. Or they just sliced a lot of eggs. Maybe she fried a lot of things and had all the Fry Daddies going on at the same time. We had one of those in the 70s. Oh, I freaking loved it. I love fried food. But notice the quantity and quality of the things that people hang on to, the people that are related to. You know? Sabrina is going to find that out about her sister. What her sister thought was important or not. Or you don't even know if she thought it was important because she may not have decluttered. Yeah. Alrighty. And Queen Bee is saying, yeah, I don't want to leave all my stuff for my family to deal with. And that is a lovely sentiment. But even before, you're thinking way down the road, Queen Bee, as when you die, they're going to have to deal with it. How about you living right now, dealing with all of your stuff? How does that feel to you right now? I hope it feels good. Like, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope you love the quality and quantity of your stuff, that you go into a room and you're not activated by it, but you know where everything is. It's easy to live in your house. I hope that for you. But if not, do it for them, but do it for yourself first. Live a decluttered life for yourself, and it will be less cluttered when you pass. Always put yourself in the equation, people. That's one of the lessons I want to teach you. Get yourself involved. Don't be so selfless. You can be selfless and self-full, not selfish. I'm kind of selfie. It's okay to say what's in it for me. Now, I love this. Back to the muffin people. Leslie wishes she lived near Laura to get a muffin delivery, and Laura says, I could not survive. She could not survive without 2 muffin tins, but I did declutter one of the old ones and saved 2 of the best. So notice, she went from 3 muffin tins, and she saw what she had. She noticed the quantity, 3, and the quality. These 2 are better than that 1. And so she decluttered the one that wasn't as good as the other one. That's what it's about, is noticing what you have, the quantity, the quality, and then making a decision about what quantity and quality is going to work best for you. Yeah. Aw. I am the muffin man. You are the muffin woman. I love it. Oh, Laura Gibbon Voorhees, aren't we lucky to have you in our crew? What a heartfelt, delightful person we are. I am honored to know you. You know? Yeah. And Debbie Gen X says, I had Mom select what she wanted to keep or donate. Yeah. Helping somebody else. Being there to just support whatever decision they make, not judge them. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So Debbie Gen X, time to get ready to leave. Have a great day. You too, hon. And really use this time of sadness to focus on what's truly important for you. Because none of us, look, 18 years old, who knew that they were going to pass? None of us know when this is our last day on the planet. So start living the life you want to live before you start dying, because nobody knows when that happens, okay? There we go. Yay. Now, we got a lot of love going on in here, okay? Because Destination Decluttered, that's what we do. We're not haters. We're not mean people, except to haters and mean people. Then we just elegantly show you to the door. But what I want to offer to you is, if you struggle with clutter, you're not alone. If you struggle with clutter, there's nothing wrong with you. No, you live in an overwhelming society that says keep stuff and buy stuff and buy stuff and keep stuff, but don't use the stuff, just buy the new stuff. And if you don't have the skills, which none of us were born with, really, Or maybe we were, but we lost it so early because we were raised by people who had thoughts and feelings about what to keep and what to buy and what to let go of and what it meant and money and all that. We grew up without the confidence in our own selves to say, thank you, but no. I don't want, oh, thank you for thinking of me. But no, I'm not going to keep this long term. Noticing what's in it for you. Noticing how your decisions make you feel. And having the courage to say, I don't want it like this anymore, and I can do something about it. So I'm here to help you fill in those gaps in your knowledge of how to declutter, but I run it through my own unique process, which, as you've heard me burst into song and do pop culture and talk about swimming pools and road trips and movie stars. This is how I like to do it because this is how I live. Yeah, Gen X, who really raised us? Ourselves, and we did the best we could with what we had. You know who raised me? Channel 56, reruns of the Monkees, the Brady Bunch, all that kind of stuff. Watching a lot of TV. Why do you think I have such a great skill in singing those songs? AM radio. But I'm here for you now. If you're wherever you are in your journey in life and you've gotten to a place where you're like, you know what? Okay, like River, I'm a millennial and I struggle with clutter. Hun, come into the fold. Yeah, if you struggle with clutter, you're welcome here. Unless you're a hater or a mean person. And then, no, I'm not going to help you. But if you're a good person, you have a heart, you want to figure this out, what I want to offer to you is, it's okay. I can help you with that. And the main first thing I want to make sure everybody knows here, because this is a life skill that transcends the clutter, is when you feel like I can't do something about this thing I don't like, I want you to take your traffic cop hand and say, stop. Okay? I say stop, saying, I'm afraid that I can't do anything about what bugs me. And I'm going to tell you that's incorrect. That's incorrect. That's just the fear in your brain and in your nervous system that is activated by looking at all of it, getting overwhelmed by the quantity and quality and shutting down. Okay? What I want to offer, and I do offer it, is there is another way to think about it, which makes you feel differently about it. And when you think and feel differently about it, you can do it. And the main thing right there at that juncture is to notice when you're feeling helpless and hopeless and to say, wait a minute, I can do something right now. And even if it's sitting down and breathing down and slowing down and quieting down, calming down your nervous system to get out of fight, flight, and fear, and to get into good trouble, to get into action. This is a lesson we are not taught. We are actually, you can see, again, this is a life skill. So looking outside the world to people who are trying to perpetually keep you in fear, to shut you down, to say, be afraid of this, be afraid of that, be afraid of that. You get afraid, and then you think, I can't do anything about this. And then you're easily controllable. Somebody else, I'll take care of you. You don't have to worry. I'll take care of you. How about you saying, wait a minute, I can take care of myself. I mean, that is the Gen X thing, right? But I can do something if I'm afraid. I can calm down my nervous system, and then I'm in a better state of mind and nerves, head and heart, to say, what can I do to get to where I want to go? Yeah. And look at the things that raise us. Sesame Street. Yeah, actually, it's funny because I watched a lot of Channel 56 and Channel 2, which was PBS and like reruns. So what I learned from the Brady Bunch was not a good lesson, except that you might be able to meet Davy Jones one day. Blink, blink, blink. I learned from the Brady Bunch. I thought that everything got resolved within a half an hour. All is well, just it'll tidy it up. And yeah, sometimes in life that doesn't work. Doesn't mean that things won't get tidied up, but it may take longer than an episode. I got raised by, Sesame Street and Electric Company. And you know what I saw there? I saw puppets of different colors and different shapes, and talking Grovers and crabby Oscar the Grouches and lovable Grovers and the guy who, Bob. I had such a crush on Bob when I was a little kid. And all of those people working together, and no big deal. He lives in a trash can. We're all just talking to each other like beings, So notice what you learned, and notice what is helpful to you now. And notice what is hurtful to you now. What is keeping you stuck in a life you don't want? And I'm just here to say to you, a character on, Sesame Street. You can do something to change what you don't like. And if that feels too vague or big, you can do something to change what you don't like about the clutter in your home. Let's get focused down in your home. Okay? Now I love this. Queen Bee says, I'm also Gen X that raised myself. I give all my stuff away. Am I creating clutter for someone else? Maybe. But as Sheila said, I love this, Queen Bee, probably a blessing for them in this economy. Yeah. So what I offer to you, and yeah, Paula to the Gene, me too. It was equal parts Davy Jones and Paul McCartney, actually. I was very pop music influenced from every age. If you get overly concerned about what happens to your stuff after it leaves your house, you may never let it leave your house. Here's a phrase I like to use. I choose to believe. I like to begin sentences like that. I choose to believe. So write that down. It's part of your toolkit now too. I choose to believe that when I donate the stuff that isn't serving me, it will go off and serve others. It will be helpful to other people. I choose to believe that when I donate this thing that is still working, that I don't use it, that there's going to be somebody over there at the thrift store who's going to be so freaking delighted to get a Fry Daddy at a fraction of the price. Okay? Yeah. And Laura Gibbon Voorhees says, when I give away free stuff through the free Facebook group, the folks are so happy to receive it. And notice that when you are helping somebody, it's a win-win. You are letting go of something you don't want. They are receiving something they want, and you both feel good about it. Notice how hanging on to something that is useful and you're not using it doesn't feel good. You're holding on to it because of fear, not because you love it, but because you're afraid of letting it go. Okay? Oh man, are we going to talk about celebrity crushes? Okay, so here's the funny thing, because somebody said David Cassidy and then you said Parker Stevenson. I was totally a Sean Cassidy. Yeah, my sister was making fun of me, but she went to go see him a couple of weeks ago. And I have seen pictures, I will just share, of my husband when he was a teen, early teen, whatever. He has a bit of the Sean Cassidy about him too. Yes. Did you run? Did you run? So notice how it feels when you hang on to stuff because of fear. And notice how it feels differently when you let go of things with love in your heart. Therapy Gal Sue, hell yeah, posters on the wall, 100%. My cousin Anne had a crush on Robbie Benson. She was a couple years older than me, and I just thought she was so cool. And I remember staying in her room once when I was sleeping over my cousin's house, and the whole back of her bedroom door was filled with pictures of Robbie Benson. I thought that's where the cool kids put their pictures, so I went home and started filling the back of my bedroom door with black and white pictures from Tiger Beat and Teen Beat and all that of Sean Cassidy. I did not like, who was his name? Leif Garrett, not a fan. But here's a funny thing, you guys. I thought that's where the cool kids did it. I can pretty much guarantee that the reason those things were on the back of the door is because my aunt would not let her hang them up along the walls. And when you opened up that door, you couldn't see those pictures hanging up everywhere. Yeah. And everybody, Team Shaun Cassidy, SHAUN, all right, says the once former Mrs. Shaun Cassidy, at least in my mind, circa 1970, whatever. Okay. But notice that we keep stuff, and where we keep it can make a difference. Okay. So I just love sharing these thoughts and ideas with you, because the way you got to where you are with clutter is by thinking and doing the same thing over and over again. And sometimes you don't even realize it. I mean, again, I talk all the time, and I, without thinking of it, repeat a lot of words. I probably have those like tics where I say, and you know, and those catchphrases that just you don't even think about. So we all do it. What I just offer to you, Leslie, take a sip, Sheila, take a bow. What I offer to you is notice how you got where you are. But don't dwell on it. Notice how you got here, and then look around and say, is here the way I want it to be? And here's the thing, yeah, Paula to the Gene, you are spot on. Paula is saying, as prices increase and job security decreases, I feel the need to grasp. Yes, I know that feeling, that fear, and that wanting to gather things around you and to protect your heart and your body. The thing I want to remind you of, even in these times of fear, whether real or imagined or a combination of the two, please remember, clutter is never the things that bring value to your life. Clutter is the stuff that gets in the way, okay? So even in that time of fear, you may run your stuff through a different filter. Okay, if I don't have enough money to buy groceries, will I still be wearing these clothes that are too small to me? Now, your fear may be strong and be like, I better get just in case. What if I never have clothes again? Notice that. And make a decision that at least factors in getting out of that fear and into a different mindset. Will this rice cooker really help me if I am struggling to I'm spending more money on my thing? Maybe, because I'll buy rice in bulk and I'll cook it in the rice cooker. Or maybe I will make more rice, but I'll make it in a saucepan that I already have, and I can donate this rice cooker that I haven't used in years. Okay? So I do not want to disparage anybody's fear, but I want you to notice it and how feeling that way and thinking that way causes your knee-jerk gut reaction to grasp and hold on to things. Because fear is where they get you clinging on to things. And I just ask you to notice that point and say, wait a minute, traffic cop hand right here. Is me hanging on to all of these clothes that I never wear for various reasons going to help me? Or is it just more stuff, but I'm afraid of the future? Now, it can be yes, it can be no, it can be a combo. Or, how about this? I just want to offer, you know what? I am wearing the clothes that fit my body. And there may be somebody out there who's in a lot more dire of a situation than me, that truly is this size and has no money for clothes. No money for kids' clothes, no money for their clothes. They are wearing the same 2 outfits over and over again. Putting yourself in somebody else's shoes where they're not doing as well as you might shift you from fear into love and compassion and connection. To say, somebody else has it worse, I can help them. So this could be actually a wonderful time for you to be reminded of your privilege, frankly, of having too much stuff. Okay? It's okay to notice that, but you can still help other people Even if right now you're waking up to, wow, I have a lot of privilege. I have been privileged enough to live in a house that I've collected all this stuff into. And I've had the privilege of feeling what it feels like to have too much. And maybe what you're realizing, if you're hanging out with me, is you're noticing the feeling that too much doesn't feel as good as they said it would. The people who said make too much money, eat too much food, buy too many things, ends up not feeling as good as I thought it would. Okay, notice that. So what's my right point? I don't know. Let's get there. Let's try that. It really is. And it's okay to discover, holy shit, you're right. I am not as poor as I thought, as I feel. I am abundant. I have abundance. You know? Hey, Kara. Oh, it's a bummer you're not feeling great. I'm so glad you're going to the doctor at 11. All right? When you realize how abundant your life is, you can help other people with your abundance and not get yourself into lack. You can start to notice, because you do it in a way that takes into account how you feel, and you will get to your right set point where you don't get triggered into, I have none and I'm giving it all to them. That is not a good place to be. But people will benefit from getting you into that mindset and heart set. Don't fall for it, please. Please, you're smarter than that. I know you are. You have a heart. And anyone who ever had a heart would tell you. Okay? Yeah. Allure Interiors says the fashion industry contributes significantly to landfills. That's why I donate clothes regularly. Yeah, and I also personally, I thought about this Allure Interiors. I'll just share with you. I have bought some fast fashion, but I may have bought it fast, but I keep it until it shrinks and is not on me. But this year I decided, even when I see, because I'm a sucker for like a charcoal gray sweater, this year, and I'm going to write it down again. I'm going to write down the thing that's important to me. Buy a good cashmere sweater. Because then I can have that for years and years and years. I had a few a number of years ago, and I had to give them away because I didn't fit in them. But yes, Laura Gibbon Voorhees, working hard to not become overwhelmed by anxiety about our country, the piano room helps. Okay? So I offer to everybody who's feeling, frankly, overwhelmed about what's going on in our country. I, too, am looking around saying, literally, what the fuck? Are you shitting me? I cannot believe that in less than a year, so much stuff, awful things have happened. Okay? But what I will offer to you is this. We will not be able to change that and make it better if we are deer in the headlights like they want us to be. Okay? So when I talk to you about the overwhelm you feel about your clutter, it's the same overwhelm that you're feeling about what's going on in the world, but the answer is the same. Is to stop and reconnect and calm down, quiet down your nervous system, get out of the deer in the headlights fear. And when you realize you can do that, you have regained your power. And man, we are using our power here for good and not evil. You can help people and help yourself at the same time. It is affecting all of us, but notice, staying in fear and fright makes you not take action to counter whatever is going on. Yes, decluttering is resistance. Focusing on what you can control builds your muscle to say, yes, I can change what I don't like. Action almost always helps my anxiety, totally. And I will say this, joy is a form of resistance, says Bobby. I agree 100%. Why do you think I'm showing up to be light and leisure the purple buildings? Because action is going to help you. And if you cannot deal with what's going on outside, I will guarantee you getting into action in your home, practicing making decisions, and saying decluttering my home is reminding myself that I can change what I don't like, that I have the power to do something differently than I've done before. And this is building your muscles to then use those muscles in baby steps or bigger steps outside of your house. Okay? So everybody, acknowledge the fear and notice it, but notice how it makes you feel and then say, I do not want to feel that way. But this is the kind of people I want to hang out with. You don't just do, head in the sand, la la la. My God, I sound like my mother. No. We are going to calm ourselves the fuck down with our friends, with fun. We are going to remind people to get out of fear, shift your gears, and then look for where you can get into good trouble, where you can use your skills and your love and your heart and your knowledge and your clutter to practice building your muscles of what do I want, what do I not want, helping other people with what you have, including your donations to things. This is a true life skill that we need to be practicing on a daily basis. Okay? Now, this is how I coach. This is really what's important, and it would be foolish of me. Somebody tried to make me feel bad yesterday on a YouTube live about, I hate that you got political. It's not political, it's human. Okay? Carol Burke, if you live in fear, stop it. Stop living in the fear. You can change that. You can shift it. Move your body. Know that you're not alone. We are all feeling the fear, but that's a good indication. When you feel fear, it means that something's off. And you want to do something. That's your body being like, what the fuck's going on here, people? I'm afraid for my life here. I'm afraid for other people's lives. But staying in fear is not healthy or helpful. Okay? So staying in fear, get out of fear and get into action. And again, this is outside of your house. If that seems too big at the moment, you should have a decluttered house. You should be able to, and what I mean by that is use that fear to say, I'm too afraid of what's going on, but at least I know I can focus on what's in my house. I can practice making decisions and deciding what I want in my world and what I don't want in my world. And when you start to practice that, you'll notice that living in a world that you like, that's full of love, not fear, feels good. And as you build those skills in your house, then those skills you can use them outside of your house. Okay? Now, Nakadoodle says, I can't believe you are putting all my emotions into words. Maybe that's why I'm here. I don't know. But I am here and I'm going to continue to be here. Because I was thinking about it. Somebody asked me, am I going to continue to be on TikTok even with all the changes? Yeah. You know why? I think it's kind of deliciously subversive to, if they try to change TikTok into a right-wing platform or whatever it is, that I can show up and pretend that we're just talking about making our houses look nice and neat. But really, we're planning a revolution because we're building our decision maker to say, I don't want that kind of life. I want this kind of life, and I'm going to do something about it. That is a secret power. Isn't that kind of fun? Isn't that kind of fun to realize they will think that we're just making our houses look good, but really what we're doing is we're building our strength, and we are also showing other people that we're doing it, and we are showing younger generations that they don't have to put up with this shit, that they can change what they don't like. Now that, people, that's what the kind of world I want to live in. Okay? So I know I was on a soapbox. I'm here for that. You know what? I have to hop off because I have coaching. Okay? You guys. Yeah. You guys. Fight the power. Okay? I'll be back later tonight on YouTube. We have the schedule, all that stuff. We can do it. You're not alone. I am here with you. Okay? And so is a bunch of other awesome people. Thanks so much, you guys. I'll see you later.